All right, today we are working in the Lightburn software, and I'm having to make some adjustments for a client on a position of this hole on a relatively intricate, outline here. You'll see here in a little bit this has a polyline that is it'd be kind of difficult sometimes for you to adjust things, but I was going to show you how to do some node manipulation. That way you can move things around wherever you want to by selecting specific nodes and taking real world dimensions and then showing you a couple of different techniques that I like to use to be able to manipulate your dimensions here. So what I've got, I'll delete a few of these things. I was just thinking through it real quick. But say you have your pre-cut stuff, you have your stuff that's been cut, and they come back and they say, oh man, I need that hole to be in a different position. And that always happens. So what we're going to do is, first of all, you would want to take your part or whatever. You want to rotate this thing to be in either the X or the Y plane. And one of the things I like to do is I like to draw a line. You can hold the shift key and it helps straighten it out. And then right click to get out of that. And if this is, you want to say we're wanting to make this section here a little bit shorter. So we're bringing this profile in. What I would do is try to level this out as much as you can, right? So say the center line of each one of those holes. That's close enough. We don't have to be too particular. And I've already pre-measured how far back I want to shift this profile right here. I want to move that 5 millimeters back. So what I like to do is I'll take a line, do that same hold shift, and it'll go by 45 degrees at a time. And you may or may not know this, but you can do Control D to duplicate that line, go up here to your X position and say minus 5 millimeters, and then make sure that you're selected into the millimeters here, right? And then click. There you go. So now I just want to match that same hole position to about 5 millimeters back. Now this isn't some super precision part. It just happens to be this leg was a little bit longer than it needed to be, and it was conflicting with this whirligig that the customer was wanting to put together. So now we have our position. We're going to click on just the outer line and see how it has a lot of this group together. Do Control U, unclick it, and then click. Make sure that you just have that one polyline, like that outside perimeter, selected. And then also select your circle here. Do Control tilde. And if you don't know what that is, it's the key to the left of the 1 on your keyboard there. So I'll zoom in a little bit. Now that we have all of our nodes activated, we're in node selection. Notice that it sees these as 2 separate entities, so we'll have to move these independently. But what we'll do is we'll circle these, and notice that you can, move these a little bit at a time using your left, right, up, down keys. So if I hop back, let's see, how much was that? That's 520 in the X position, 521. Well, oh, that's just saying the overall position of it. So never mind. Sorry about that. But what I think I already have mine set to is that I have these at 5 millimeter increments at a time, and if I press Control, it's a tenth of a millimeter. If I press Shift, it's just 1, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I had it at 10 millimeters. So if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, that's how that is there. Yeah, I just wanted to check that out just to make sure that I was right. But what we're doing is moving these holes, and you may have to delete a couple of these nodes because you'll notice that, well, don't press delete. Don't do that. What you'll do is you'll press D, not delete, and that gets rid of a few nodes. That way you can surround the ones that you want. Scoot this back a little bit, and now we select make our other selection here. Do Control tilde. Well, you don't have to do tilde because it doesn't have any nodes necessarily generated, because this is just a circle. If you had turned it into an entity, then it will have 4 points on it, so you'll be 4 arcs. But now we'll scoot this back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're 5 millimeters back now. And that is all we needed to do to make the adjustment for our customer. The other thing is you want to delete your other stuff that was in the way. Well, this is the dimension of my board there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this for now. I want to get about the same orientation that I had. Delete that. It's roughly the same. I say roughly, I mean roughly. You can hold Control and it won't snap. Snap to. This should be pretty dang close. And then you'll see how that's shifted back a little bit. But even with that, should give us a slight, just a little bit more room. And what I can do is, now that I have that set, I won't bore you with the rest of this adjustment that I'm doing. But I just wanted to make sure that oriented right again so I could pattern this out. But there you go. There's some node adjustments.